Good evening, everybody. Good evening, said the funny internet man, as she was settling in for a little bit of a stream tonight. Because that's what we're doing tonight. We're going to get into some streaming tonight. And am I live on Twitch? Don't show me this again. I've clicked that button 6 times, Twitch. Why would you show this to me again? Who could say? Who can say? It only is words. It's simply words. It's nothing more than that. Hello, everyone. As we get settled in here on this lovely Memorial Day, for those in America, it is Memorial Day. I hope you enjoyed your day off if you work or if you're in school and you're American and no one else. The rest of you, I hope you enjoyed a normal Monday. Or if you don't work at all, I hope you enjoyed another day off as you have it. We are tonight going to be doing some light coding, or at least some light KubeJSing for the mod pack. Now, oh, interesting. Oh, I'm looking here. Did it only send? Oh, it should have sent an announcement for both platforms, but it didn't. Yes, we're going to be KubeJSing tonight, which is a mod that allows you to sort of overwrite code without having to go in and actually change up a mod. So for the sake of getting a mod pack out, I basically have to publish it as a list of mods for CurseForge or Modrinth or whatever to download, and I really can't manipulate that code, either due to legality, or just due to I can't publish a mod. You know, there's a whole number of reasons why I can't go in and manipulate and distribute code from other people's mods for my mod pack. But for the sake of a mod like KubeJS, I'm able to go in and actually overwrite some of the code that is written, and there should be no problem. And I've been testing it out a little bit for the 2.0 update, and it's worked out pretty well. And tonight we're going to be going through and looking through some stuff. Also be discussing, if you guys know anything, if anyone hops in here who is a mod pack developer or a mod developer knows a little bit more about this than me, because I'm sort of learning this on the fly as I go. So we'll be seeing that. Welcome. What's up, admin? We are going to hop into the game, and we're going to be jumping back and forth basically between the KubeJS loading screen, or like the code screen, and we won't have to exit out the game for most of it. To test things out, we can update that in real time, which is pretty fantastic, especially for server side stuff, which is really most of what we're going to be changing is server based stuff. Let me see. I'm very tired. I had a long weekend. I did a lot of fishing. I had a lot of fun fishing this weekend. I caught a lot of fish. But man, am I tired. I am so beat. It's no big deal, but I am just tired. I am exhausted. Just been running around doing all sorts of stuff. I gotta open this up at the right utility. Yes, open this image. Open this file from the internet. That's fine. You can open that file. I don't care that it's from the internet. Let's see. Shows a picture of you posing with a fish. Okay. What I caught? This is the biggest fish I caught. Was this one? Hold on, I gotta pull up. I gotta see what I'm showing. This is a fish that I caught right here. Oh, you can't see that. This is a fish that I caught. I caught this fish. It was a good fish. This is the best you're gonna get, so enjoy it. I also caught a flounder, and I caught a stingray, and I caught other fish. So that was fun. Feels Photoshop. Probably. It's probably it. Probably accurate. Okay, let's pull this up. So I'm going to show you this real quick. I'm going to show you the code screen real fast. So this is a couple of things I've been testing. Oh, wrong. This one. This is correct. This is what I've been testing. So up here is a string of code, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger as well for the sake of this. Can I zoom in on this at all? Is that a thing I can do? Search. File selection. Make bigger, please. Don't know if I know how to do that. Doesn't seem to be an easy solution for that. Okay, well, I guess we're not doing that. Let's see. This is a good time to not all the biomes are going away. There's going to be new biomes there's going to be Terralith. It's going to have 100 biomes still. It's going to have all that sort of stuff. Easy solution for zooming in on it. I looked at view, go, run, terminal, selection. Doesn't really seem to be a great way to zoom in and zoom out. So I'm just gonna, well, either way, hopefully you can read this. If you can't, that's fine. This, basically I have it split into different events. So these are server side events for pertaining to recipes. So this one is the first one. This is the most important one. We started with salt. That was a big thing, was that there were so many salts in the game. There was alpine salt, there was salt, and then there is rock salt, pink rock salt, I think, from the Spelunkery mod. And they all kind of interact in different ways. And there should either be one of two things: compatibility between the salts, or in this case, basically the accumulation of them together into one salt. Basically removing unnecessary salts from the game and bringing in new, just a one-use salt that does everything. So the first thing was to change the cooking pot ingredient for rennet, which is needed to make cheese. So it no longer requires salt. This is a new recipe for, right here you can see Minecraft egg, salt, which that means it comes from the mod salt. It is the item salt. And then Minecraft glass bottle will produce the Meadows rennet item. And that is a new recipe that I have put into the listing here. Then down here, I had to go in and remove the old recipe for cooking meadow pot rennet. So that was a little bit of a convoluted way of doing it. I could have just gone in and modified a recipe, but because of the way the meadow mod operates, that's the way I had to do that. The new salting recipe. So this one also had to be done because I needed to replace, I think you could do it with multiple salts. I think that one actually allowed you to do it with anything that was tagged salt. But since I'm getting rid of the other ones, I made it so it's just this one salt. This is another thing about bears, but we'll get into bears later. But I wanted to fix salt because salt is still an issue right now because there's still inconsistencies. And I want to discuss with you guys, the players, what we're going to do about salt, because there's two options I see. And for the sake of things, we're going to jump straight into Minecraft, and I'm going to show you guys how this code runs in the game. So give me a brief moment to get the game booted up, and we should be on our way. So yeah. I like looking at small text on an unzoomed in window. I guess I can do that, but that's just going to get annoying. Cutting between the game and the code. I would need a way for it to be zoomed in within the window itself. Zooming in on the window would simply make it harder for me to go through and see Minecraft. Let's see. Can't you control scroll in that? No, I cannot. Trying it right now, I cannot. There might be a way. Panel, talk about secondary bar, customize layout. I don't think so. Manage settings, bigger, zoom. Oh, get out of my way, Minecraft. Out of my way. Out of my way, Minecraft. Get out of here. You're too big. You're too big and scary. You're scaring the children away. Zoom level. 3, 2. Oh, that made it bigger. 3. Oh, that made it bigger. Oh, that worked. That worked pretty well. Oh. Yes. You can see code now, which is pretty good. So as you can see here, yeah, a lot of these are replacing recipes. As long as it's in a normal crafting table or a non-modded workbench, it's a pretty straightforward process. Replace input here. So for anything that was alpine salt, it's now salt. So that's any standard recipe, which I think there was like one standard recipe, but that just covers our ass in case there's any issues. Replace input. Anything that has input of Tropicraft coconut will now have Beach Party coconut, so there will no longer be Tropicraft coconuts, and you should be able to see in JEI that change. So did I also F11'd this screen, which I didn't mean to do. Okay, we're gonna boot up a brand new world as well. Just a brand new world altogether for this. You like your ass covered? It's fair. We're just gonna new world it. New world 12. Tonight's gonna be a very technical stream. So if you're an enjoyer of technical streams, that's what it's gonna be. What else do we have? Remove the naturalist cooking egg. So that was an interesting one. I still might have to go in and double check that there's no back doors for that, but I went in and basically removed the naturalist cooking egg from any sort of recipe. And then I went down here and did I do an input replace on eggs? I should have. Maybe I didn't need to because it was already tagged for anything that was forage egg. So as long as something was tagged forage egg, I think it was fine. So I just needed to remove entirely any recipe that called for cooked egg and any recipe that called for I don't know what I did. Maybe I didn't fix that part. I'll need to check. Well, oh no, here it is, right here. Replace output farmers or naturalist cooked egg for farmer's delight fried egg. So that gets rid of the cooked egg. That gets rid of the recipes for cooked egg. So that should be a fine way of doing it. And I don't have any volume because I turned it off. Okay, let's go over here. Let's go over this nice beachy area. And we're also going to, you know what? We're gonna game rule do daylight cycle false, just so it stays a nice sunrise the whole time. And also, hold on. Give me 1 second. Why is this window? There we go. The window is sized weirdly. Okay. Let's talk about salt. So, salt. There we go. So you'll notice one thing right off the bat here with the salt is that there is currently no pink salt or regular salt from rock salt. It's because I have it on a blacklist in JEI. So I'll actually have to go in and probably undo that blacklist. I don't know if I can do that while the game is playing. Hey, thanks for the 300 bits, Evan.
Supports to stream. Real quick question, boss. Will the KubeJS changes you're currently working on be included in future versions of the mod pack? If yes, client side, server side, or both?
So when it comes to KubeJS, there are 3 types of scripts you can write. There are client-based, there are server-based, and there are startup-based. If you're doing something like adding in a new block, you need to put it in the startup, as far as I know. And then I could be wrong on this, but this is what I know. You need to put it in the startup script because basically it's loading in. Okay, I know the game is loading in as it starts up. There's a new block. So I don't think I did it on this one, but on a test thing, I did make a test custom block called Daniel block, and it worked, and that had to be in the startup scripts. So when it comes to changing recipes, that's all included in the server script. Now, when I'm including that in the mod pack, any world that is generated, any server that utilizes the code, basically, so that will be involved in the server pack, should handle those. Recipes are all based on what's currently happening right now in the game. Client-side scripts, I believe, are only when you have something that's manipulating, like, render options or things like that. So you don't need to have them present in all of those locations. It has to do with the type of manipulation you're doing to the code. So let's take alpine salt. Alpine salt still has recipes that make alpine salt. And I need to actually go in and stop these recipes from happening. But if you look here, the only thing that's left in here are these weird like cooking recipes, like cook rabbit right here. So this recipe right here is, you see by the recipe ID right there, meadow cooking pot / cooked rabbit. So what I can probably do is, because I actually don't like this recipe at all. I don't like that you can just get more cooked rabbit from just salting it. That doesn't make sense to me. There's already a system of salting in place right here where it just gives you a little bit more saturation. I like that way better. So I'm actually just going to completely eliminate this recipe. So that one is meadow cooking pot / cooked rabbit. Got it. And I might need to remember that in a second here, but I should just be able to. And I already did it for one of them up in here. Where is it? Is it cooked beef? Yeah, this one right here. So all I really need to do is just come here and copy paste this. I'm going to do it underneath here. And I'm just going to get rid of cooking pot cooked rabbit. So now I have event removed ID. So that's the recipe ID. Cooking pot cooked rabbit. So if I save this and now I come here and I do /reload, it'll take a second. It'll reload the game and that recipe should now be in effect. So if I go here and look for salt, look for alpine salt, the recipe is now missing. And I'll probably just go ahead and go in and do that for, what is that? Same thing, but baked potato, cooked chicken, cooked salmon, cooked pork chop. And then I think that's the only, oh no, there's more. Yeah, so any recipe that's like that where it just gives you 4 for 1 for salting, I'm just gonna eliminate that recipe. This recipe right here, which gives you buffalo sausage with cheese, that'll have to be replaced with salt. So I'll have to figure out the best way to do that because again, these meadow recipes were causing me some grief earlier. So hyped for this. I've been having a blast with some of the other guys in Discord. I'm over. Thanks so much, Chocobo J. Thank you. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I am really excited. I guess I can go ahead and announce the release date for it as well. I'll make an official like written announcement as like on the Discord and on the YouTube channel soon. But right now, I think we're looking at the 13th. That will be September 13th. That'll give me a full weekend of being here and being able to interact with you guys right after it drops. To go in and make some changes. We should have some updates coming out throughout the weekend if I'm able to sit down and work on them. So that'll be a really cool time. I'm excited to get some real-time feedback. So the 13th, mark your calendars. Mark your calendars. Had issues with the wheel texture and waters and fluid ducts. I'm sorry, I don't know how to fix that. I haven't seen much. There's been a couple of if you have a bug report, you can make a ticket within the Discord. But if other people haven't seen it very often, and I haven't seen a lot of them either, we may not know what to do. It should be eliminated within the 2.0 version because you're playing on the 1.2.1 version. So, but there's no way to know until we know for sure. This is a stupid recipe also. 3 raw buffalo meat plus salt, potato, and carrot for just 2 buffalo ham? Well, that's a stupid recipe. Also, buffalo? So, Let's Do Meadow has water buffalo? That's upsetting. Do they? I have noticed, and no disrespect to the Let's Do developer, but there is a lot of peculiarity with the Let's Do mods that only pertain to those mods. Like, these are the eggs. Why are these the eggs? I don't know why this is the texture for the eggs. And they also have some weirdly written code on great other things. Okay, well, there's a water buffalo. So, luckily, that's the only water buffalo that exists. So, we don't have to do much except change the salt out. I might just overwrite the recipe entirely. Let you have 3 roast buffalo ham. You should get 3 roast buffalo ham. If you're putting in 3 raw ham, you should get 3 raw. Why don't it? What's the value in not giving you the full 3? It seems like I guess the meat is shrinking. But when you salt the meat, you get more meat for some reason. If you do the other, I don't get it at all. Okay, opinion time, and I want some opinions here from you guys. So the way it works right now is we have 3 salts, and this one is gonna represent the other salt because right now we don't have it pulled up yet. But actually, we'll use this bucket of salt. Okay, so salt, pink salt, alpine salt, and salt. Right now, the solution to me is to eliminate these 2 salts and just have all the recipes pertain to this 1 salt. However, that gets rid of a lot of building blocks. Like if you look here, you would basically be getting rid of a lot of these things right here. You have like a block of, a salt block. This is from salt. So this salt right here turns into salt. So when I'm saying salt, salt is the salt that comes from the salt mod. So it's salt, salt. There is spelunkery, salt. And then there is meadow, alpine salt. So there will be salt, pink salt, which is the spelunkery salt, and alpine salt for the lack of a better way of differentiating them. But if you look here, salt has a salt lamp. And then right over here, pink salt has a salt lamp as well. And this one has a more interesting block. So I'd be completely eliminating this altogether if we got rid of pink salt. I'd also be getting rid of these building blocks right here. And these building blocks, I don't want to limit people on like their ability to be creative. I bet you there's someone out there who loves this texture and thinks it's really cool. And this one right here, this is a block of salt. But if you look here, I'm pretty sure salt also has a block of rock salt. Yeah, right here. Block of... This block and this block are the same thing, just from two different mods. The block of raw rock salt, and that's polished raw rock salt. Oh, God. There's so much. I've been losing my mind over salt recently. These two blocks are effectively the same thing. So do I have both? Do I get rid of one? And it would basically come down to, I could get rid of all of this and there would be no more of these pink blocks. Or I could have salt be the one you use for like crafting most things. And then there could be pink salt.
Place a torch on the rock salt. It should light up.
With this one? What, here? Oh, shit. Oh, we can't get rid of that. Whoa. Oh, we cannot get rid of that at all. Okay, so I guess that settles it. My theory is this. So we keep two versions of salt around. We keep... Oh, hang on. What we'll do is this. And it'll take some rewriting of the code that I wrote, but it's fine. It shouldn't be too bad. So, we keep this around. And again, this one's... I think it's literally just called rocks or ground rock salt or something like that. Or I think it might just be salt. Both salts will work in recipes. But I'll change the name of this one to pink salt. So there is salt and there is pink salt. You can turn pink salt into the pink blocks. You can also salt your foods with the pink salt. And I'll use tags. I'll make a custom tag or use a tag that's left over that both these share. Can I see these tags? Does this one not have a tag? Maybe it doesn't need a tag, but... Meadows salt, forge salts. I might just use forge salts. Because this one doesn't have any forge salts tag. So if I use forge salts, and just say any recipe that called for this, you can use forge salt tag, rather than just the item. So you could have two colored salts, they both work the same way, and you could still interact, and then you would just have two salt lamps, basically. And that's fine. They're different shapes and sizes, but you know what? That's a-okay. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I had no idea this did that. Does this do that? No, it doesn't. Spelunkery's a pretty cool mod, but it's got a lot of hidden features. Like this. If you put this salt here, like this, you can make a salt circle. And if you get a zombie, like... Oh my god, the water buffalo. If you get a zombie... Oh, I'm sorry. Villager. Well, here, step out of the salt, please. Oh, he physically can't. Yeah, he can't step over the salt line. So if I put a villager right in here, right?
And the rock salt block also occurs out in the wild, I believe, in terrain generation. So you can just light up parts of the terrain.
Oh, that's interesting. That's good to know. Hold on, they are. Hold on. Okay, I've made a mistake. I've made an absolute buffoon of myself. Hang on. But I think this is a great time to show you. I think I got this working with regular salt too. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh no, maybe I didn't share that code. I didn't bring the code in from that. I did that on a different computer. Well, either way, I did get this salt laid out. Originally what I had was you could lay this salt down and it would do the same thing. But now I'm thinking I need to actually go in and manipulate a secondary texture. So because that one's pink, obviously. It's a good question. Or maybe we just leave this as a feature of pink salt. But then people would be like, why doesn't this salt make salt do? Oh well. Let's see. Okay, so that's salt. Let's talk about coconuts for a second. If I come here, the coconut was a lot easier. So coconut right here, you have this coconut from Tropicraft. It no longer right clicks or left clicks anything. If you get a coconut from Let's Do Beach Party, you get a coconut half, and it will now make the pina colada. So now everything should pertain to this block right here. You make that, you make this. I think coconut water doesn't have a crafting grid. How did maybe I need to go in and adjust that? I don't know how you got coconut water originally in Tropicraft. Hold on. But now there's only one coconut, is essentially how it works. Coconuts can be used to make coconut bombs. I don't think they can. I don't think that they can at all. Some of these things I think are only tradable with the guys in that one biome, like in the tropic realm. Yeah, something's funky going on. The only issue now is, so this right here is a beach party coconut, right? If I take a beach party coconut and it won't let me actually have this. Why won't it let me have this? Here, give me. There you go. Give me. All right, so if I get the beach party coconut and I throw it at something, it breaks into a coconut half. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty neat way of doing it. And so now you use that to make your Tropicraft teleporter pina colada. The problem is that I have other palm trees generating. Like over here, I think I see one right here. This is a Tropicraft palm tree. And now we're getting into territory, like these are Tropicraft coconuts right here. We're getting into an issue where by eliminating this tree, if I could just say, okay, we'll have one palm tree and it'll be the beach party palm tree only. We now eliminate, again, another set of building blocks. Palm trees. This is the Tropicraft palm tree. It's used to make this kind of plank right here. And then down here, this is the beach party palm tree, and it's used to make this kind of log right here. So you basically, you kill a whole building block set with some really good integration as well. Like you got a palm sign, you've got a palm sled, you've got a palm signpost, you've got palm door, and I'm pretty sure it'll mess up something in the tropics because they build their houses and stuff out of this. You got palm boardwalk, that's a pretty cool unique block. Just a lot of reasons to not get rid of palm trees. Now there might be a way in KubeJS to go in and make it so that palm trees don't spawn in the overworld. And that would basically make it so you have to go to the tropics to get your tropical palm trees. You still have beach party palm trees in the overworld, but the only place you can get your Tropicraft ones is in the tropics. So we'll put a pin in that as well. There's a lot of options we have with the design of this, and I want to know what you guys think. Do these sound like good ideas? Do you agree with these ideas? Do you disagree with these ideas? One block of salt also naturally generates in the world. Yes, and I'm pretty sure rock salt from the salt also generates in. It's just not in as large of chunks, and I could be wrong about that. And I don't actually know a good way of locating it. I'm trying to think. Because I know that the pink rock salt does spawn in the world. But I haven't seen the salt because the salt mod is new in the 2.0 pack. It wasn't in it when I made my single player worlds, so there shouldn't be any appearing in like pockets in that area around spawn. But boy, I just don't see anything. It's hard to, I'm just flying around Hail Mary hoping I find a deposit of salt. Like the pink salt was easy enough to find, at least. It usually came in large chunks. But how long am I going to sit here and fly around until I find one? I mean, I think both can spawn naturally. I don't think that's an issue. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Let me see if I can go in. I think I'm going to have to at least quit the title real quick. And let me see if I can go in and manipulate my server scripts. I need to get into the config of JEI and go to the blacklist. So on my blacklist here, the uncrafting table is gone because I don't want, it's not gone from the game, but it's gone from the JEI because I'm so sick of seeing the uncrafting recipes. They're so unhelpful. Yes, it's an uncrafting table. I got it. So we're going to bring Spelunkery Salt back in real quick. Hopefully that should, because it's I think that's all server based, so I don't actually have to reload the game entirely. It's way simpler to just pull out all blocks from an entire mod. Yeah. So I will see. I've been in a lot of groups and there's been a lot of code getting passed around. Uncrafter is super helpful for me because oftentimes how to figure out how to build stuff. But I just don't like. Maybe I'll get rid of. Maybe I've been getting tired of seeing it because it's been throwing in recipes that like. It's making it hard for me to see when a recipe is truly fully gone from the game versus just in there. Let me see if I got rid of the. Yes, it brought back salt. There's pink salt right there. So now that that's back, we can actually play around with it. So pink salt right now. So if you. That's interesting. Let's talk about evaporation. So if I evaporate, let me get a cauldron out. Just a regular Minecraft cauldron. And did I have to heat it up, or was it just, yeah, under a campfire? Just a campfire, and I'll get some water. And so now if I put a campfire here, put a cauldron on top, and I fill it with water. And there's the bubble in action. But then if I do a furnace, let's talk about this also. Oops. Let's grab some charcoal here. So what does furnace give me? Because this is where we get into some conundrums. Okay, so doing that gives you a bucket of 8 piles of pink salt. Interesting. So So how do I get... When does this end? When does this process here end? It doesn't take long. I feel like we've been sitting here for longer than 30 seconds. Just don't watch it boil. Oh right, a watched pot never boils. Does this count as watching it? I don't know if this counts as watching it. I don't know what I'm expecting. Is it to pop out of the cauldron? If it's a TPS thing, make sure the cauldron's, like random ticks or cauldrons. Oh, maybe, yeah. Here's what we'll do. We'll do a couple of these bad boys. Does it have to be like a specific type of water? Or was it... Whoa! Oh, it did it! Hold on, it did it. It did the thing. And so now, what do I get out of that? I can just... Okay, interesting. So that gave me regular salt. Which I think it was supposed to do. But Wait, hold on. So why is the JEI recipe showing this? It's supposed to show the white salt. What recipe is this? It always does salt for me. Has it always done, even without manipulated code? Weird. Maybe it's because of the tags? Let me go search for that recipe real quick. So what mod is that? Hold on, I'm gonna get away from the sound real quick. I've been going in and searching on the GitHub. That would be salt. I'm gonna search the source code. We're gonna search the source code together, actually. And we're gonna look through. Okay, welcome to the source code. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna check out recipes. Salt recipes. Salt unpacking JSON. Shapeless crafting. Salt block. Nope. Loot tables. Cauldron evaporation. It's a loot table. Oh, interesting. Salt full. Minecraft empty. Pools. Items. Salt. Where's the JEI integration? That's really what we need. We need the JEI integration. So this is from the salt mod, but for some reason, lines are getting crossed within JEI to show the pink salt rather than the regular salt. So where's the JEI integration within here? Forge tags items. No. Resources, assets. Would it be under data? It's got to be under its own JEI integration, right? Maybe it's under main. Java, GitHub. Integration? Apple skin. JEI, here we go. JEI plugin? I just want to figure out what tag. If we can figure out what tag it's utilizing. Resource. Salt evaporation dummy? Package. Salt evaporation dummy. If we can figure out what tag it's using, we can remove that tag from the pink salt. We can even give a custom tag if we need for later purposes. Shapes expansion. Salt crystal growing dummy. What does he mean by dummy? This has to be the dummy right here, right? This image has to be the classified, what it's talking about. Okay, so if it's that... Wait, salt evaporation JEA category. Oh man, this is tough. Water evaporation, heat source, any... Wait, salt. Here we go. GUI.jei category salt evaporation heat source tooltip to any. Salted GUI salt tooltip nutrition. Raw rock salt. What? Raw rock salt. Salt assets lying. No. What is the situation? GEI category, salt evaporation. I'm reading good things here. Salted overlay enabled. What are you talking about? Water in a cauldron with a heat source beneath defines in tags. Salt tags block heaters. Okay. So that's the tag for that. Will evaporate and salt will be formed in the cauldron. Evaporation chance is 35D. Evaporation chance was in 3 or 35. Okay. What's the tag you're going off of for the output? Maybe it's under the loot table. It's not under the JEI integration. But the loot table's fine, because the loot table's salt. The loot table's fine. Salt. Oh, God. Forge. Let me check Forge salt. Minecraft Forge event bus, add listener, right click. Okay, so it's listening for the right click. Yeah, makes sense. I'm looking for Forge :salt, because that's the tag I'm thinking it's using. Forge registries, block. Forge registries, block. Forge registries. Here we go. Forge salts. Forge salts. That's for set recipe. Evaporation salt dummy focuses. Item salt equals forge registry. Okay, so if I get rid of... If I remove tag, this has to go under a different file as well. This needs to go not under the recipes script, but under the tags script. So let me grab my tags script real quick. Is tags under startup? No. Is tags under client? No. I never made a tags one. Okay. I have not made a tags script yet. Well, I will make a tags... Oops, I made a folder accidentally. I will make a new tags.js. And I will open this. Visual Studio Code. Okay, now I need to remember the tag, the KubeJS. KubeJS tags, editing tags. What do I need to edit tags? Forge ingots. Remove all tags from an object. Remove tag. Here we go. This is what I need to do. So I need server events. Tag. Yep, that's fine. Remove tag. I think this is what I need to be doing. Forge salts from Splunkery salt. Then yep. Wait, nope. Oh, yep. Ah, perfectly written code. Do that. Reload this. So now... Salt. Okay. Hey. Check that out. It's gone. So now... But why is it not here? Does this one not have the salts tag? This one does have forged salts. Okay, so we got rid of the JEI integration. That's, I mean, that's great. We did something. We did something. We also got rid of all of its we got rid of everything. Everything that it can be made into. We got rid of all of its inputs. How did we get rid of all its inputs? Well, what happens if we go back and eliminate that? Let's break that. Let's just do that. Spelunky salt. Maybe your to-do list should impact. Shut up. And now it's back. Okay, so that is the thing defining it. But the problem is that this JEI recipe is finding that. I'm just trying to figure out why things are happening the way that they are. That's mainly my goal with this. Um, I so what does mixing do for us? Does this actually output salt? What did I go in and did I do this? Did I do all outputs for Spelunkery salts? I did it for Alpine salt, but I didn't do it for other salt. I think what I'd like to do is the way I'd like it to be is that pink salt can only be acquired if you find it in the mines. White salt can be found in the mines, but it can also be found through evaporation and things like that. So then for this one is Spelunkery mixing salt. This one I'd need to actually find this recipe. Because the thing is, to just say one fell swoop, replace this salt with this, we're talking about having to go through about 7 different things and make sure that that's taken care of so that it disappears from the game. So that's really what I'm doing here. I don't know what the hell saltpeter is. What good does saltpeter have? Oh, it makes gunpowder? Good. I'm going to leave that alone entirely. So yeah, here's what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're split screening. I think what we're gonna do is salt. Event replace input. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna copy this code right here. Oops, hold on. No, wait, no, that's fine. That's got, this needs an end cap on it. I'm going to bring that down here so we know that that's the end of that. And then we're going to event input. We're going to bring another print thing right there. And we're going to make this. So this is going to be replace the input or replace output. This is going to be replace output for specifically Spelunkery :mixing / salt. Just like that. Yep. And then we're going to replace Spelunkery salt with salt. And I think if that gets done, do that, then say reload. KubeJS ran into an error. Syntax error on what? What kind of syntax error? Who? Runtime. Open the log file. Why have you run into a syntax error? That's the first I've seen that. Oh. Did I do something? I did, didn't I? I did do something. That. I had an extra parentheses, right? I did have an extra parentheses. Okay, great. Oh, no, reload. Syntax equals you type. I know, I'm crazy. Let's see, salt. That's still there. But the other one's gone. And now it's over here, right? And there it is, mixing. And that's the create the salt. Create recipe. Oh, wait, it already had one. Did it already have one? Oh, wait, that's for... Oh, interesting. What? Wait. Wait, what? It already had a recipe? Wait, hold on. Explain that to me. Did it already have a recipe? So we can just remove that recipe altogether. The dripstone feels weird. Why is there dripstone involved in this? So create has a salt recipe with create the salt. Right. So we don't need any of this code here. We can just get rid of that and do event remove, and I'm going to go under here. Spelunkery. Mixing / salt. Same thing, but now there's not a duplicate. Weird pseudo duplicate. But you can heat a blaze burner and apply mixing to get it like salt. Blaze burner, apply mixing to get yeah. So now that recipe exists, but now there is no way to get pink salt from it. Right, okay, that's exactly what we want. Okay, that works for me. So now the only way is to get pink salt. Well, we still gotta work on this being a thing. It's just a JEI problem. That one I'll sort later. Because right now the game is fine. That works for me. You can get 3 salt, or 2 to possibly 3 salt from that. This gives you... Oh god, why does it... What? Raw rock salt. That's the problem, I think. I think JEI is not looking for source names. It's looking for something else. Because that's raw rock salt from salt. And that's not supposed to be correct. What recipe is this? Salt from salt. Salt from rock salt block. When it's crushed, causes problems. I think that they're using too many tags. And so things are getting crossed over. So what happens if you actually crushing wheel those? Is this another JEI problem, or is this an actual issue? That's the real question. Automated block of salt turns into those. That's fine. But right now I have it. I think I have it. See, that's a block of pink salt. Because I made a sweeping statement earlier. I claimed that any replace output of spelunkery salt. Replace output for spelunkery rock salt. Salt rock salt. Raw rock salt. Yes. So, see, the problem is that I went in and did that. Ah, right here. This is the line right here. Replace inputs. This is recipe input. Any input that utilizes forged salts. Then, if we're talking about spelunkery salt, so getting rid of this line should do it, actually. But this is actually going to open up Pandora's box in a second. Because I think some recipes alternated. Which is fine, because actually that is what we're going for. This one. So now if I... Okay, so, alright. Okay, so now we're in a good place with that. So pink salt, once again, makes pink salt. This right here can crush into pink salt, and that's all good. This crushing wheel does that. Does it do the yep, that's pretty good. Only problem now is that this is now a problem. Because you can only make a lot of these recipes that... Or this is the original. These are all from Spelunkery, all these recipes. Like this recipe right here needs to only be pink salt. But this recipe over here can be both. This recipe can't be. So I really only need to change 2 recipes. I need to add... Easiest way to do that would be to manipulate the recipe itself. I know what to do. I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. I'm such a smarty pants. Okay, so we're going to replace input. When it comes to specifically, let's try it with the leather first. Spelunkery : leather. So then what it's going to do is I can just put here, I can say Spelunkery salt, and then down here, instead of an item, I can put a tag. So I can say hashtag forge salts. Okay? And I think that's the way I can do that. Boom. And so now if I say, how do I make leather? Boom, just like that. So now that recipe right there accepts both salts. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, kangaroo hide can make leather. Jesus. And so now all I have to do is go in and basically do that again now with the gunpowder recipe. And that's the only one that I see right there. So this is salt : gunpowder. So what I'm going to do is just come in here, copy and paste my code, because it's what I love to do, because I hate typing. And say Spelunkery gunpowder. And then that should take care of that problem. I don't know about crushing this stuff. You can crush anything. You can crush your soul if you want. It's allowed. Okay, so then that's good. And then this one down here. If I want to make, I'd like to figure out how to make gunpowder. Oh, I didn't know I could choose any salt or any combination of coal. Oh, that's interesting. That's very good. Thank you so much. Video games. What is this? Cinder flower. Oh, that's an interesting one. Wow. Oh, crushed raw zinc, and you can get... Wait, crushed raw zinc, you can get a full zinc ingot and gunpowder as a byproduct. There is a benefit in crushing your ores. Huh. I didn't actually know. I thought there wasn't much benefit to it. Sulfur dust and gravel, that's fun. Let's talk about bears. I did something with bears. So there are 2 bears. Actually, there are 3 bears, I think, in the game currently. There is... I thought there was. I thought there were 3 bears. I thought there were 3... There are 3 bears, aren't there? Here. There's the brown bear from Naturalist. There is the grizzly bear from Alex's Mobs. And they kind of look the same. Now... One thing about them is that there were 2 different types of hairs. Right here and right here. So what I went ahead and did is basically replaced any Alex's Mob fur with the Naturalist bear fur. I think the Naturalist bear fur looks way better as a texture, and that saves me having to go in and retexture. I think this looks terrible. This is just a terrible texture. So now you can make your teddy bear from Naturalist with your Naturalist fur. You can make your Alex's Mob... little raccoon skin hat right there. And now I also went in and changed this handcrafted recipe. You saw that earlier. So now if you want to make a bear trophy, you have to get bear fur in order to get. And what I need to do is go into the Alex's Mob bear, Because the naturalist will drop fur by being kind to it. That's the difference between the two. Naturalist mobs don't have drops. In order to get bear fur, you have to just wait, and the bear will drop fur occasionally, like scoot. And so that's fine. But I need to make it so that I basically take Alex's mob bear fur off of its loot table, and I need to put in bear fur from naturalist onto its loot table. I'll do that on my own, because that might take a little bit more than just going through and doing all these. But it should have gotten rid of, like if I wanted to make, I want to make this falconer glove. Yeah, oh, look at that. I just used the bear fur. So that's good. So all I have to fix is the loot tables with those. Another thing I could do entirely is just say the naturalist bear be damned. So there's only one, then there's a brown bear versus a grizzly bear, but they are very similar. Like they're excruciatingly similar creatures. That's our Alex's mob grizzly. And that right there, they're both very cute. And I like them both. You know. But is there room for both of them in this mod pack? I don't know. You're a bear, Sleepy Bear. I don't know what to do with the bear problem. But we'll solve the bear problem later, methinks. Okay, so other things I wanted to go over. We might revisit salt in a second here, but I wanted to check something out real quick. Are there other duplicated items in this mod pack? I feel like there are. Rock salt and deep slate rock salt, that's fine. That's just a thing. Because getting rid of duplicates is a very easy thing to do, as long as they're not too much. Okay, here's one I wanted to discuss. So let's forge pirates. Pirates is a very interesting mod because it uses tanned leather. Now, tanned leather is stupid. This is the stupidest recipe I've ever seen. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So what we're going to do is get rid of this recipe entirely. And then anything... So here's... What is that? Oh, God. LF Pirates? Tenna leather? What in the world? I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Or a picture on my phone so I remember it. So what we're going to do... We're going to go in here. And we're going to... replace... replace... Replace input. Could have grabbed one of the other ones, but I didn't. Replace input. And this is just going to be Minecraft leather. And this is going to be that weird phrase. So, oh no, here it is. It's LF Pirates underscore or colon tanned leather. No underscore for some reason. And then, so that should do that. Then we need to event remove. Event remove, and now we get to add the fun words in. Okay, so LF Pirates or colon 10 leather underscore recipe underscore 1. Just ugly. Just an ugly recipe. So now LF Pirates looking for pirates. Let's forge pirates, I believe. So now, if I say, oh, I'd like to make tan leather. Oh, I can't. Oh, no, I can't do it. Oh, no. Oh, it's terrible. Well, what can I do with leather? Well, don't you know you can make a scuba harness from Tropicrot, but you can also now make pirate tier body armor. So there's so much you can do with leather now. So I just brought all those recipes over from tanned leather into regular leather. Another option, if I really wanted to get into the gameplay of it, is to say, hey, maybe for realism's sake, you have to tan leather. But then I'd have to get into making a custom block, and, you know, because I would feel bad about not having a tanning hide rack. So then you'd have to say, oh, you let the leather dry out, and we could use that item code. There'd be a whole thing, but for the sake of getting this done right now, maybe that'll come in a future update, but for the sake of getting this out, we're just going to say no more tan leather. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and add that to the blacklist of JEI. So that was, what was that? LF pirates underscore or colon tanned leather. Get it out of here. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to see it. Any ideas for how late game armor sets being more different? For example, Neptunium armor is basically just diamond armor with a couple water enchantments. Diamond isn't that much stronger than iron. Netherite is a smidge stronger than diamond. So that gets into some questions. We could, and with KubeJS, we can manipulate a lot of things. Like the recipes. We also, you have to remember, we also, since we're in 1.20, we also have armor trims. So armor trims are pretty good. You can do a lot of cool things with leather. And I think there's some integration in a lot of these mods with trims. I don't exactly know how many of them do. But late game armor sets isn't something I've thought much about. I mean, if I look up, let me look up chestplate. That's a lot of chest plates. Okay, so we got chainmail, iron, gold, diamond, netherite. Then we have the hazmat chestplate, very specific use case for the Alex cave, the radioactive cave. Diving chestplate for the diving cave. The crocodile chestplate from Alex's mobs. That's a pretty interesting one. This one is... I don't know what this one does. I have no idea. Oh, ×2, so you breathe for twice as long, or maybe you get 2 more bubbles. It's a 5 level armor, 1 diamond armor? What does that mean? Oh, I don't know. Different materials, but barely different stats. The trims are just decorative. Trims are entirely decorative. They go on vanilla armor, and they're decorative. I don't know what integration things have. I think as long as they're tagged with chestplate, they can have the integration. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Rock shell chestplate. Enables rolling and sprinting. So Alex's mob. Alex has things covered, except Neptune's lungs. This is what you were talking about earlier. Neptunium. Yeah, statistically, they're basically the same as... This one is basically the same as diamond. But does what else? What does it do? Neptune's lungs. Oh, shift. Allows you to breathe underwater. So, yeah. That's good, I guess. I don't know if there should be much more above netherite. You know, you have brass, which brass is a little bit less than zinc, copper. Turtle chest plate, captain's chest plate, and then these I don't really care to get into those because they're purely aesthetic in my opinion. And that's what that's what I think. Oh, I forgot to put in. I haven't put in cosmetic armor in this pack yet. I haven't even done that. Gravitite chest plate. That's from the Aether, so that has its own set of rules. Neptune chestplate from the Bronze Dungeon. There's the Aether. Aether has its own set of progression, so I'm not worried about adjusting Aether's progression. Twilight Forest progression, not worried about that. Phantom chestplate. Tropicraft has the fire one. That gives you fire resistance, I believe. Scale chestplate, I believe that one does something. And then Let's Do Meadow has the fur chestplate, which has knockback resistance and makes you look like a jester. And the Electrum chestplate from Organized. Which that one's pretty cool. That one, what's that one do for you? +2 armor toes, +5% speed. So that's an interesting one. I don't really know if I want to change much about a lot of those. Seems like brass, diamond, iron, and tons of other stuff like that is all damn near the same thing. But I mean, yeah, it is. I guess it comes down to the materials you have at hand. Like, let's say you find a bunch of zinc. You know, oh, I found a bunch of zinc, but I don't have a lot of iron. Well, let me just put some zinc chestplate on, because that's Should be pretty straightforward, yeah. To me, it's about you know, the options rather than a strict progression or like an incentive to move from one armor to another. I don't know. That seems like me. This is an interesting recipe. The hazmat suit has nothing to do with has no lead involved. Interesting. Let's see. Another thing we get into is stoves. There's like so many fucking stoves, and I don't even know what all of them do. You know? But like, also, am I going to do anything about it? Probably not. Like, it really only comes down to if there is an issue like, oh, this salt. The salt was a real issue to me, and there needed to be some game design behind it. Like, let's see. The walls are great. Fantastic. Never seen anything better. One thing I did was, did I go in and fix... Oh, corn. We could talk about corn again. You know, we have corn. Corn's an interesting one. We talked about it earlier, but that was before I figured out KubeJS. We talked about having corn and maize as a thing. In fact, I'm curious about the tags. This has the forage corn tag. But like right here. These recipes are restricted. So if there's corn and maize, shouldn't these recipes be interchangeable? Or should there only be one type of corn? Like we could, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't know if the answer. That's not something I know the answer to. Can we just do something simple like replace all instances of maize corn? Yes, we can. It wouldn't be hard, but we have to think about, like, is there a separate... Oh, wait, hold on. I think they already are. I think this one already is utilizing forage corn. Okay, so that one, yes, you can use both for that one. Just trying to see, is there anything that's like what's going on here? Crafting bowl. See, my worry is that this is a let's do corn right here. Let's do is fucking annoying at times. It is fucking annoying. So you're right. We could just say all maize gets replaced with let's brewery corn because we don't really want to fuck with the brewery corn. I'd much rather fuck with the maize than the brewery corn. So let's do this. Let's do. And I'm gonna need the, okay, so. Wait, hold on, wait, where is it? Ooh. Corn delight. Corn underscore delight colon corn. Corn colon. Or corn underscore delight colon corn. With. Brewery colon corn. Is that a kiwi down there? That is a kiwi. Okay, so now, corn. So I say, I'd like to know what I can make with corn. Oh, look at that, I can make these. How do I make raw tortilla? Oh, only with corn. Right? Only with corn. But now you have all those recipes. And then any recipe that got brought over that was exclusive to maize, which I don't think it is. Now this is interesting. So we have Let's Do Brewery makes corn kernel. problem is, that's from Corn Delight. What can you do with corn kernel? So wait, hold on. So what is corn seeds then? How do you plant corn? If I take corn kernel and I put down farmland, what is it? Wait, hold on. Is there already prehydrated rich soil farmland? We'll grab that real quick. But that's not, it's still not hydrated. We'll just bring it down here to the coastline. Sweet. So that gave me, that planted Corn Delight corn. Bag of dried corn. Control. So what does wild corn give me? From, this is from Corn Delight. God damn it. Hold on, wait. Brewery. Here we go. Kernels. Kernels is what we need. Okay. Problem. So now we need to eliminate which, I guess it's gonna come down to this. Which of these looks better? Because we can really futz around with this if we want to. I really want to come down to which one looks like the better corn. I mean, fully subjectively, let's do breweries looks better. It's better. It's tall corn. That's corn. I've seen corn before. Two of them next to each other. That looks pretty good. I like me a tall corn. So what we need to do is just get rid of the corn kernel. So now, replace input. Actually, replace, yeah, well, we'll have to do both, actually. We'll have to do replace input of Corn Delight corn seeds. With, instead of inputting, we will now make all those recipes with kernels, which is brewery underscore corn, or colon corn seeds, which is pretty good. Oh god, what's gonna happen if I guess it doesn't matter because they're just kind of sitting there. So now, oh, compost. Oh no. Oh, well, it's compostable, right? Or is it? Yeah, it's compostable. So now, but that one's got the shit. What did I do? What's that supposed to do? So now those kernels make popcorn. That's good. That's what it's supposed to do, right? Yes. So client server or startup scripts. All recipes are server scripts. And this makes the Corn Delight one. Why does it make the Corn Delight? Oh, because it was a recipe from that. Oh no. Caramel popcorn? That's fine. That's fine. It's caramel popcorn. And this makes caramel popcorn. That's fine. Creamed corn. Great. Kernels. So, now you would make with brewery, if you got the brewery corn, that still becomes corn. Why does it still become corn? Oh, because I didn't replace the output yet. Right. So let's... Okay, so now, interesting. So we can still... We're having an issue. But we should, So, interestingly enough, Farmer's Delight cutting board doesn't follow along with input-output standards across the board. That sucks. So we'll have to edit that recipe then. And then we'll have to edit... Because we can still have wild corn. Is there wild... Hold on. Oh boy. Brewery. How do you get corn in the first place in brewery? Oh god. So maybe we keep that around then. And top hat. Top hat. Ooh. Top hat. Maybe we keep that around. As a source. So now like I would have to mess with the drops though. God, this sucks. That still drops that, and that still drops that. I gotta replace drops. God, this sucks. Because I still haven't really fully gotten into loot tables yet. I know I have a thing called loot.js. It's an extension. It's really fun to watch me. It's so hard as well. Well, I figured it out, and I feel bad. I don't want to release a mod pack with a lot of this nonsense again. It's like 2 types of corn. Really hazardous, Dan? You couldn't even bother fixing up 1 type of corn? I'm like, I could have. I now know how to do it. Here's what I won't be fixing. There are so many types of cauldrons. It's a brewing cauldron, a cooking cauldron. It's funny. I can't help it if every mod and their mother has a cauldron. It's not something I can fix. Turntable. Interesting. But KubeJS makes it easy. Easy enough. It's really versatile. I like it. And there's a lot of config stuff I want to change too with the mod pack. Like the spawn rates of things. And I wanted to see if I could go in and make... like, if I go here real quick. If I go into a config... Let's go for the config for Serene Seasons real quick. Yeah, Serene Seasons has a fertility tumble. So, seasonal crops equals true. Whether to include tooltips on crops listing seasonal true. How crops behave when out of season. Range 0 to 2. So I can make it go all the way to 2. So, okay. Out of season crop behavior is... I want to change that to like can't grow. Part of me wants to. Underground fertility level is 48. So anything lower. Underground wine level. Is there nothing I can do to... So where in Serene Seasons is crop fertility? Because modded crops have fertility, don't they? Like grape. Or does it not? It needs it. What tag do I have to... Is there tags? Hold on. What tags does, like, wheat have? Summer, autumn. What gives you summer, autumn? Is it a tag? It's not. All right, we're pulling up the Serene Seasons source code. Oh god, let's do it again. Let's go into the source code of another mod. Try to figure it out. Okay, we're gonna go under the Stinky Town. This thing, common. So C. Let's check out our generator resources real quick. Data for Serene Seasons. Recipes. Data? No, wait, we just went there. What about assets? That's models and stuff. Would it be under... Not under generated, but under main? Resources? I think it would be. Serene Seasons tags? Item. Is it a block tag? No. Winter crops. Oh god, there's a whole JSON for it. So... Wait, winter crops is a tag. Is it a tag? Tag, item tag. Oak saplings. But why don't they appear in here then? Hold on. Serene Seasons, autumn crops, right there. So why didn't wheat have them then? Did I miss them? Or is it only... Does the seed get it? The seed gets the tag. Does it? Yeah, it looks like whatever you plant physically in the ground gets the tag. So, if I want grapes to be only an autumn plant, then I just go into my tags, which is right here. And I go... Event, add... I would like to add... Did I add the tags right? I did. Yes. So this would be... Serene Seasons... Serene Seasons... Autumn crops? Give that tag. Give that tag there, and then get the item and say, give that to... I'm just going to test out with one grape real quick. Grape seed. We're going to try the first main seed, red grape seed. Binary : red grape seeds. So now, oops. Oh, hang on. Sorry, shouldn't have done that. It was still loading. Red grape seeds should now have a Serene Seasons autumn crops. And look, it says fertile seasons autumn, which is perfect. So, okay, so that's a very simple way to make those only fertile in the fall, which is pretty good. Can't complain about that. Speaking of Serene Seasons, can we make it like twice as likely to thaw by default or something? Yes, there is a way to do that. Let's talk about that. Seasons, Tunnel. Generates snow and ice during the winter seasons. True. Change the frequency of rain and snowstorms based on the season. True. Oh, there is a way to do it. I know there was. Hang on. There was a way to do it. I've seen that before. Might be in the world configs. Global configs. Maybe. Default configs? No. Oh, it might be in the world configs. You're right. Let's check. I'm going to crack into one real quick. Not the one we're playing on currently. We're going to go to crab testing real quick. Server config. Serene Season server Tommel. The duration of the Minecraft day in ticks. This only adjusts the internal length of the day used by the season cycle. It is intended to be used in conjunction with another mod which adjusts the actual length of the Minecraft day. Oh, interesting. So this has... Oh, very fun. I didn't actually know about this. And then this is the day cycles. Grass, dimension, melting settings. The melting settings for snow and ice in each season. The game must be restarted for these to apply. So yes, you can make these... You can't change day as far as I can find them. You have to get a mod. There's a mod called, and I think it works in conjunction with this mod. There's a mod called, if I can find it. I saved it a while back. So it's going to be kind of difficult for me to pull up again. But just give me a second. This is when I was still looking at other things. Time control. It's a mod on CurseForge called Time Control. I think you can use that in tandem with this. This just basically ensures the ticks for the crops and stuff are good, and for the season cycle are good. So as long as you pair it up with time control or something like that, I think it's fine. So yeah, here, for whatever... This is individual to your world, to your server. You can change the length of these. So you can make it custom. I'm not going to change these by default. I don't think. Obviously, I don't think I can. This is going to be something that you change on your own. But it is possible. Melt percent 6.25. Which is pretty cool. Yeah. So I think that... Because there's nothing I can do. I can't ship out the game with default settings like that. Unless I overwrite something. But because this is all dependent on the server itself. So I can't do that. Unless, is there a... I don't have any global configs or anything like that. The only thing I have is fertility and seasons. And that just basically is like a 2 toggle thing. Let's see. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. Other things to check tonight. How long have we been going? Getting kind of late, but I think fine for now. Yeah, I was just currently playing your mod right now. A friend and I are stuck in the end because we can't break the end crystals. Just... Yeah. Yeah, there is a string. There's actually a command. It was on Spigot, I saw it. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. Okay. I have a code. I have a string of code. This is a Java code. Is there a command? I thought there was a command I could run. Only blah, 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 blah. Hold on, wait. In crystals. I knew that. I know I had a command. Here we go. I found it. It was a bug report. This is the code. I found it. This is the string of code that I used, or the string of command that I used to make it happen. this right here, this should make your end crystals, even if you're standing there in the end and you just slip into open to land mode so that you can adjust things, you'll be able to get your crystals invulnerable. So that is what that does. Next, let's look at some other things. Cave tablet. God, there's so much stuff. It's so hard to go through a mod pack like this and figure out. Like, I'm just one man. Figure out what's. There's too many things. Like I think there were multiple tomatoes, weren't there? I think I did go through and adjust multiple tomatoes. That one was pretty easy though. Tomato. So yeah, so there were 2 tomatoes. There was Let's Do Candlelight tomato, and there was this tomato. Now, okay, that's actually interesting. I need to fix that. That's an easy fix. So I made it so that all the tomato is here. You know, the tomato, you only have 1 tomato now. You can only use this tomato. Everything gets made as a farmer's delight. That's a Let's Do Candlelight tomato. Yeah, that is an issue though. I just noticed that. There's 2 identical recipes here. Sack of... We gotta get rid of one of these. Or we just leave it up to polymorph. Here's what we'll do first. We'll check this out first. Oh god, there's so many things that have to go into this. Even for something as simple as just replacing a tomato. So what I have to do is I have to get rid of... I have to take the tag can be salted off of here. That's the first thing we're going to do. Oops. Okay. Event. Move. Colon. Salt. Can underscore be underscore salted. Then take that tag away from candlelight colon tomato. Okay, so now candlelight tomatoes can no longer be salted. They can still be salted. What the hell? What the hell? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I just took you away. I just took that away. What the hell? Did I not do it right? Remove salt can be salted. Did I fucky wucky? Salt colon can be salted. Salt colon can be salted. Yeah. What of it? I took it away. I took the tag away. Did I not reload it right? Why can you still be salted, you bastard? Oh, because... it still shouldn't. It still shouldn't. MBT tags? Is it because it's an MBT tag? Oh. That shouldn't still have that. That's a error. That's a heading tags, entity types, blah blah. Tags are per block, item, fluid, entity type, and as such cannot be based on things like MBT data. That's fine. Did I say add? Did I say add instead of remove? No, remove. Remove all tags from. How about that? How about remove all tags from Candlelight Tomato. Why not? Every tag's just gone. There you go. That did it. That got rid of it. I just had to kill it entirely. I just had to destroy it from the inside. Let's see. Okay, so now the next thing to do would be to make it so you can't get the seeds. So, back to the recipes. Give me both of these, actually. I'm just going to copy. Oops, like that. And then I think these ones are just... Farmer's Delight tomato seeds? Is there a... I don't need an output. I just need it. There's no input for these. So I just need to remove Candlelight tomato seeds for Farmer's Delight tomato seeds. Okay. Wait, no, tomato seeds with Farmer's Delight tomato seeds. Do that. Reload. That's gone. And then if I was like, what can I do with this tomato? I don't know. What can I do with this tomato? Oh, I can make it into tomato seeds. But the only tomato seed I can make it into is the Farmer's Delight one. That's perfect. Although, hang on. Tomato becomes that. But tomato also becomes that, because this is the Candlelight tomato seeds recipe, which needs to be eliminated. Candlelights _ seeds tomato.
Fun fact before I go grab sushi. If you disable everything from say the Waystones mod, it can still be in the world and you can make the native Waystones completely unbreakable. Then if you're like me and add quests to the server, you can hand them out later as late game quest rewards.
That's a great idea. Yeah, because they're not, I mean, it's not removing things from the game, it's just removing them from, yeah, like, the ability to use them, to utilize them to make recipes, to do all that. So that's a fantastic piece of advice. So here's what I need to do. Candlelight seeds tomato. I need to destroy that recipe. Event... ID, colon. Are there 2 spaces in between these? There's a space there. That's the space I'm missing. Candlelight _ what was it? Forget. Seeds _ tomato. Got it. Scrolls are very OP. They bypass the XP restrictions entirely. What are scrolls? Hold on. I'll look into that in a second. So now there should only be one tomato seed recipe. There is. Perfect. There's no other way I'm overlooking of getting weird tomatoes. Although that, again, this is an issue. These candlelight sacks cause issue. I have one workaround we could do for these. Tomato crate versus tomato bag. What if the recipe for a tomato crate was 9 tomato bags? So it's a doubly condensed, you know? We'd have to do that for a lot of stuff. Oh, God. But, you know, again, another goal of mine is to get rid of polymorph, to not need polymorph at all. So figuring out what recipes polymorph is interacting with is going to be another important part of this. You want to double condense, I'm down. But in any food conflicts, I always choose Farmer's Delight. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. I think double condensing would be a fun idea, though, because that's a bag, and then that's a crate. You put 9 bags into a crate, and then boom, that's double condensing. You can destroy a tomato. That's great. How many bags of are from bag of... Okay, so this is... Farmer's Delight has bag of rice. Let's do bakery has a bag of strawberries. Let's do bakery has a bag of oat. Let's do brewery has an item of dried wheat, dried barley, and dried corn. But it also, then Corn Delight has a bag of kernel, and then bag of tea leaf. So if there's also like tea leaf, there's no box of tea leaf, which is good. But there is, the problem would be corn. There's a crate of corn, so then we could do a bag of corn into a crate of corn. And then strawberries. What about strawberries? There's only a bag of strawberries. It's not bad. Bag of oat. There's an oat bale. But, ooh, interesting. So let's do bakery has already solved this issue for us. Bags could simply be made by only having 6 of the kind. For consistency's sake, that sounds like a pretty good idea. But they only did that because they had the oat bale. Very interesting. Like that one could be made with 6. We could even change that one up so there's consistency across the board. If you want to make a bag of something, well, shit, except these ones. But that's different. See, okay, even that one's got the 2. Yeah, we got to make these consistent across the board. All right, what's this recipe? So what we'd have to do is we'd have to remove Corn Delight corn kernel bag recipe, and we'd have to put in our own shaped. This is a shaped recipe? Yes, and I know how to do that. This is let's do this one last thing. Let's test this out real quick. I remember how to make a shaped recipe. KubeJS recipe. This is a very unique looking one. You can write this in a very interesting way. So this right here. Copy. I'm just going to copy this over from the wiki, and let's talk about adds new recipe. So let's go here real quick. Let's just plonk this down right here. That's good. Okay, event shaped. Item of, and then we have Minecraft stone. And then this is the argument of the output. What's the 3 for? Oh, I see. Okay, so then that would be 1. And then this would be, the output is Corn Delight corn kernel bag. Corn Delight, oops. All right, so that's the argument for the output. I'll get rid of that real quick. And so then we have to define A, B, and C. We don't need A or B. We just need A. Which is fine. And this is going to be brewery colon corn seeds. Yes, brewery. Then we come in here and we go like this. We say AAA, AAA, AAA. Just like so. So that's your 3 rows, and you can actually, that's how it goes. It's very cute. I like the way that that works. So that if I did that right, which, God, I hope I did that right. Oh, I didn't do it right. What did I do wrong? Failed to create recipe for KubeJS shaped item stack. Result cannot be empty. Ah! I forgot something. What do you mean result can't be empty? Explain yourself. Result cannot be empty. What are you talking about? What have I forgotten? What part was empty? Item stack result? Kind of 1 to 64. An object mapping the letters. Yep. If you want to force strict positions in the crafting grid, disable mirroring. See methods. Shaped recipes are made with the shaped recipes must have the ingredient in a specific order and a shape. Player's input. This is used with the shaped argument. Item of. That's fine. That should all be correct. Is it because I got rid of the comma right here? Is I supposed to leave that comma in? No. KubeJS shaped item stack. Item stack. Result can't be empty. I didn't leave the result empty, did I? The result is here. Wait, no, stop. The result is here. That's the result. Item of? Give me an example, please. Item of Minecraft dandelion. 3 comma. Uh-huh. I didn't leave anything out. I didn't leave anything out. Three? What happens if I go back to 3? Wait, what happens if I hold on, wait. Let's do this. Let's add another recipe in real quick. Let's do that. This is just going to be the old... This is just exactly what I pulled off there, straight from the KubeJS wiki. So it still has a problem. It only has that problem. So now if I go to Minecraft Stone... So okay, so somewhere along the lines, I'm messing up that's okay. Okay, hold on. Somewhere in here, I am running afoul, is what it is. Okay, event shaped item of. What was it? Again. Corn Delight corn kernel bag. So now let's manipulate that and nothing else. Reload. It's something about it doesn't like. Oh, God. Underscore, of course. Is that the issue? No? What? What's the issue now? Result can't be empty. The result isn't empty, you fucking troglodyte. It's not empty. It's right there. It says it in plain English. What if I change this? What's my issue here? Minecraft grass. I don't know. Literally, I'm just changing it to a modded thing. That's fine. Corn Delight colon corn kernel bag. That's the name of this item. That's the name I would like to output. Let's try another modded item. Let's try Farmer's Delight colon rice bag. Let's do that and see what happens. That's fine. But the fucking second I put corn in there, it becomes a problem. Corn Delight colon corn underscore kernel. Am I misspelling kernel? Is that what it is? I am misspelling corn kernel, aren't I? Oh my god, I was misspelling corn kernel that whole time. That's embarrassing. Zoinks. And then this actually should be space, space, space. Right? And then this becomes... Which kernel is this? This is from brewery underscore or colon corn underscore kernels. Is it kernels or kernel? Oh, it's corn seeds anyway. And then get rid of these two rows right there. And that should be a completed recipe. God, that took forever because I can't spell. Because kernel doesn't have an A in it. Yep, that was it. Okay, and so now if I go to bag of, and I go here now, there are now two recipes. So all I have to do now is remove the Corn Delight version. Come down here and just get rid of it. corn underscore delight colon corn kernel bag. Is that right? Is that the words? I'm losing my mind over here. Yep, corn kernel bag. And now that should be... That should fix that recipe. Yep, just like that. Although I did just notice, turn that back into, I need to adjust that recipe so you can, oh God, if I left that recipe and you get infinite amount of corn kernels. I'm going to bed. I need to go to sleep. So that is going to do it for tonight's stream. But thank you all for tuning in tonight. I hope that was a fun look behind the scenes at, the process as I'm going through with this mod to make sure if you identify any sort of duplication or just and you're looking at the 1.19 version, and obviously September 13th I'm coming out with the 2.0 beta on the Discord, and if you want to join that you have to join the Discord. If you spot anything in the 1.19 they're like, hey, this is a duplicate, or this should be fixed, or this is a, like, especially those things that use polymorph, if you see a polymorph recipe, just, hey, let me know. Just put it just trying to think of the best way to have this. Open a ticket on the FAQ and just tag it as, what are your tag options? Suggestion, I think you can tag it as a suggestion. FAQ, the options are bug report, question, mod request, tutorial. Tag it as a mod request if you do that. So just, if you find anything, just say, hey, tag it as a mod request. Say, hey, or bug report. No, do a bug report. Hey, there's a duplicate palm tree branch or something like that. Or, hey, there's actually 2 types of hardwood or something like that. Let me know that. And I'll make a note of that to go in and adjust it from there. So, thank you all for tuning in tonight. I am so glad to have you guys here and getting ready for the 2.0 update. September 13th, mark your calendars. I'm gonna make an official announcement probably tomorrow in the Discord and everything. It's probably already leaked in the Discord anyway. Maybe. No, it hasn't. Good. But either way, that is gonna do it for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Hazardous Daniel. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for probably some more Subnautica. I think we're gonna do some more Subnautica, but we'll see. All right. Have a good rest.